What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new video. You joined me today for yet another episode of cars I think you should buy right now, and we have yet another VW Polo. Now I'll talk you through this model and why I think these are a great buy right now. Now I really do hope you guys enjoy this review. Let's get right into it. So let's get into this video. Now for a quick introduction, this is the AW pre-facelift and its top trim Highline. So we're gonna run through the exterior, interior, and I'll run you through the pricing and all that jazz. Now up front with the Highline, you have all these chrome touches to make it look more premium. Fog lights down here, one part halogen, one part LED. This one is spec'd with the full LED lights with LED daytime running lights, and it has the slightly updated VW logo. Now before they released the full-on facelift, they did minor updates on this AW pre-facelift. Now coming around to the side, you have these beautiful looking alloy wheels, 16 inches, gripped by 195 section tires. And with this generation, they actually introduced a lot of body creases, as you can see on the bonnet, on the side of the car. You have all these sharp lines and creases. This panoramic sunroof also looks very beautiful and seamless into the body. And yeah, the side, like I said, a lot of body creases going on. But if we come more to the back, this is where they shifted the Polo badging from the left to the center. So this is actually a 2021 model. I think they did a minor update around 2020 where they shifted the badging and they tweaked a few things. Let's actually check out the interior. So inside the interior of the Polo Highline, now we'll start with the seats. Now the higher up specifications get this nicer stitching and pattern to the seats, although there is no option of leather seats as far as I'm concerned in this generation. Now steering wheel has the same one that we've seen in a lot of these other models from this generation, Golf, Touareg, but they've slightly updated the badge to look a bit more modern. Now something that I've noticed is this one is spec'd with the DSG box, so it's an automatic, but you don't get shift pedals, and it's also not spec'd with the digital cockpit, so you get standard looking analog dials, which are still fine. But next up, I think I'll touch on quality. So quality in here overall is great. Everything feels nice and solid, but some of the materials like on the door cart are actually hard plastic. So yeah, but a lot of cars in this segment, that's pretty much what you find. But on the dashboard and stuff, you do have some soft rubberized material. There is this glossy plush looking front fascia to the dashboard in this gray color. I think you could spec different colors on that. This one is actually spec, well, being the Highline, it comes with a bigger infotainment screen, so as to say. So it's an 8-inch display. You have some shortcut keys which are in these touch capacitive buttons. With the smaller screen you actually get physical buttons, but it comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is all you need. It's fairly responsive. The resolution is quite high. It's a nice looking infotainment screen. You have standard looking climate controls. I think you could spec it with dual zone climate control. I've seen some overseas through reviews, but yeah, I believe also in our market you can get those. Down below you have a storage cubby, 2 USB-C ports, which is, yeah, very nice. And then down here you have a couple of buttons, one for activating the parking sensors, for putting them on and off. You have a drive mode select and the engine start stop button. And yeah, once again, the panoramic sunroof looks very nice. Practicality, there's two cup holders in the center, but like with the newer Polo, the shaping of them is quite awkward. This hexagon shape, so they can't really fit big bottles. There's a center armrest right here that also houses a central cubby, which is decently big, I would say. The doors have large pockets where you can fit a big bottle like we have right here. Yeah, so practicality is good. Ooh, glove box. nicely dampened. I like that. And the size is big, but it's not filled or lined with felt, so if you put keys or coins in there, they'll definitely rattle. Something to note. But yeah, overall, that's the interior. I think it's still very nice, still very modern, has all the goodies you need. Let's check out the room and the back seat. So you join me in the back seat. Now this generation is actually slightly longer and wider than the generation it replaces, and you see that in the back. Driver's seat currently in my sitting position, and I have plenty of knee room, plenty of leg room to stretch. And yeah, it's just a nice place to be. Headroom, as you can see as well, plentiful. So there's 2 USB-C ports right there, which is very handy, but you don't get through loading or a central armrest and some cup holders. That is reserved for the Golf. Even on the current facelift, you don't get those. These pockets behind the seats, you can slot in some documents or something like that. And that's your lot back here. So the boot, you're looking at 350 liters in boot capacity. As you can see, very nice and spacious. You have one pocket on the left, relatively small loading lip, so it should be easy to load stuff in and out. There is an underfloor where you find a spare wheel, and the room under here is still plentiful, so you can check in some extra stuff down there. So let's talk pricing and finance, and this is mainly the reason why I think these are a good buy right now. Now this generation came on the market around 2018, and it ran all the way until 2021, and in 22 they introduced the facelift, so we're only covering the pre-facelift. Now these are currently priced anywhere from 150,000 rands all the way up to around 350,000 rands for the higher trims, later model years, lower mileage, like the R-Lines and this Highline. So this particular example was sold for 330,000 rands. It had about 20,000 kilometers on the clock. It's currently sitting on 21,000. Now at that amount, you're looking at a monthly installment of around 6,700 rands at 13% interest rate over a payment term of around 72 months. So yeah, that is the pricing and finance on this particular model. Now let me run you through what's powering this model. And we have a problem, no gas thread, so now I have to do it manually. Yeah, we have the manual bonnet holder up. So right here you're looking at a 1 liter turbo 3-cylinder TSI motor, which is making 85 kilowatts on the automatic and 200 newton meters of torque. Now if you opt for the manual, you only get 70 kilowatts and 175 newton meters of torque. And yeah, those were the available power plants, still running the same engines even on the current facelift, auto and manual, still the same power and all. So guys, you joined me inside the Polo Highline. I think first up, let's touch upon the driving experience and the feel of the car. So the first thing that stood out to me is the ride comfort. It is absolutely amazing, and I think it boils down to one reason. This one in particular is not the R-Line, so it doesn't have the R-Line body kit and the bigger rims. Smaller rims mainly equate to a more comfortable ride because the tire profile is a lot thicker. So yeah, even the sound insulation in here, it is amazing. Everything is just so quiet, so relaxing, and yeah, it's a great car to be in, mainly if you're gonna do your daily commute, go on long distance journeys and that sort of jazz. The other thing that is very nice is the engine is very quiet. Like you hardly hear it, you hardly hear what it's doing. The engine on my car is a lot more audible than this one, but I think on my car it does get a fruitier exhaust, being the R-Line. So here you don't get any engine noise or sound whatsoever. So yeah, brilliant riding car. Two drawbacks that I've noticed, not a big deal, but I've noticed these two things. the power delivery is not very smooth, so there is quite a decent amount of turbo lag, particularly down low when you're just pulling away or you want that extra punch. It does feel a bit hesitant, or the power gives you nothing, then it comes in suddenly. The second drawback is the engine start-stop feature. It's not the seamless I've experienced, it's not the smoothest. Normally on my car I run it all the time, I don't switch it off. I know it annoys a lot of people, but on my car the engine kicks in instantly. As soon as you let go of the brake and you go on the accelerator, it kicks in instantly. On this car there is a delay. Now I've noticed I keep on talking about my car. For those who don't know or who are new to the channel, I drive a VW Golf 7 1.4 TSI Comfort Line DSG, so that's the car I'm referring to. So the engine start-stop feature on this car is a bit hesitant, takes some time to kick in, which can be a bit annoying. But other than that, this is a brilliant riding car. It is very nice and silent inside, and yeah, great car overall. Now let's look at the main reasons why I think this is a car you should buy right now, and it mainly boils down to value for money. Where these cars are currently priced, I mean, such a sweet spot. The value for money you get out of this car is just insane, especially this top trim Highline at 330,000 rands for this example, with 20,000 kilometers. It is an absolute bargain. Now, to put things into perspective, the current facelift Polo and life specification goes for about 430,000 rands if you want one with the automatic gearbox. And remember, the life is not even the top trim. There's still the R line, which last time I checked was around 470,000 rands. Now by the time you add options and sunroofs, IQ lights, I don't even want to imagine how much it's gonna be. So the main reason why I think you should buy this car is simply you get a lot of value for money out of this product. So yeah, and also relatively low maintenance costs. I mean, I've covered maintenance costs on my car. I can't imagine this would cost more. It's probably the same, if not less. So yeah, those are the main reasons why I feel like these are a great buy right now. And also, they're such a sweet spot if you're considering cars like the Suzuki Swift, the Fronx, and all those cars, because for a brand new Fronx GLX, it goes around the same amount that this car was priced at, so as to say. So yeah, if you don't like the alternatives from other brands, the Suzukis, the i20s, and all that jazz, this would be a way to go. And I mean, a 2021 model year, 20,000 kilometers, pretty much brand new if you ask me. So yeah, this is the next car we covered on the cars I think you should buy episode. And do get down in the comment section and let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Am I right? What would you buy at this price point? And yeah, let's have a discussion. Now, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, that's cheers from me.